So to start out secret number 3, I want to tell you a little bit about my story and how I ended up learning all of this information that I'm sharing with you in this video. Several years ago, I had left the IT industry to go into the financial industry, and I got all of my licenses. I was selling 529 plans for college savings. I was selling mutual funds and setting up 401k plans for corporations. And I was even a licensed fiduciary to be able to charge people a fee-based plan to help them with their retirement planning. And then one day I was actually in a seminar by a guy named Don Blanton. And he was talking about using life insurance as collateral to be able to borrow the insurance company's money, like I shared with you in secret number 2. Now, this was a completely new concept because I had never heard about being able to borrow the insurance company's money. I always knew that you could borrow your own money, like in a 401k loan, but I didn't know that you could actually borrow the insurance company's money. And afterwards, I went up and spoke with Don about this particular strategy, and I learned that the company that I was with didn't have the products that were able to do something like this. And over the years, I started to learn that the company that I was with was limited in the product selection, and I wanted to be able to have access to all of the products. I wanted to be able to have the best products that were on the market. So I made one of the biggest decisions of my life to walk away from the company I was with and all of the clients that I had built up and a multiple six-figure residual income that I had coming in from all of the assets under management. And I decided to go out on my own and start my own company so that I could have access to all of the products on the market. And trust me, it wasn't an easy decision. Now, unfortunately, things didn't exactly take off as well as I had hoped in the beginning, and I was struggling to keep my employees, and I was struggling to pay my rent on my office, and it was just a really stressful financial situation in my life. And eventually, I ended up draining everything, my savings, my retirement, my college savings. In fact, one day I even came home to a letter taped to my door that was a foreclosure notice. And my wife was 9 months pregnant with our 4th daughter. And it just so happens that the date that we were having to be out of our house was the exact date that our daughter was born. So here we were, she was recovering from her 4th C-section, and we were trying to pack up and move out. Needless to say, this was one of the worst financial times of my life. It was definitely what I would call hitting rock bottom. And it wasn't long after this that I actually ran into Don Blanton again, and he was talking about his program called the Circle of Wealth program. Now, this was a $15,000 program over a 12-month time frame, and it was all about financial strategies. Now, Don talked about how the financial industry was no longer teaching people about financial strategies and that we were only selling products and we were only worried about getting people a good rate of return and that there was so much more to money than just getting a good rate of return. And this message definitely hit home because of my own personal situation. So once again, I took a leap of faith. I spent the money that I didn't have, and I went through this 12-month program to learn about these financial strategies. And I was blown away about how little I actually knew about money. And I was in the financial industry, but I had only been taught to sell products. I had never really been taught to think about money differently and think about some of these financial strategies that I learned during this 12-month program. Eventually, I became one of Don Blanton's certified master mentors, and I went on to teach these strategies to my clients and, of course, family and friends over the last several years. So I want to ask you a question. We still have secret number 4 to cover, but so far in this video, have you learned anything about paying for college that you didn't know before that could save you money? Hopefully you have. And if so, I want you to think about how much you know about additional financial strategies. There are other financial strategies that could save you a lot of money. Financial strategies about retirement, financial strategies about taxes, financial strategies about the fastest way to pay off your mortgage, which may not be a 10-year mortgage like you think. or strategies about debt and the fastest way to get out of debt, or other major capital purchases like weddings and how you pay for your cars, or other insurance strategies like home and auto insurance and health insurance and ways to reduce those costs as well. The reality of it is that there are three different types of money. There's your accumulated money that everyone is focused on, which is how to get a better rate of return and how to grow their money faster and spend more money into their savings and save more, right? And there's also your lifestyle. Now, I said in the beginning that secret number 3 is about how to pay for college without sacrificing the retirement and your lifestyle. And the way that we do that is because there's the third type of money called the transferred money. So what is transferred money? Transferred money is like a lost opportunity cost. Money that you are losing that you don't even know about. For example, we talked earlier about spending your 529 money to pay for college. Well, there's a lost opportunity cost on that money that you could have earned. There's also maybe the fact that you're paying too much in taxes, or maybe your insurance costs are too high, or maybe you're not saving for retirement correctly and you're missing out on some income during retirement that you don't even know about. So the idea behind this transferred money is money that you are losing unknowingly and unnecessarily. So the 6 main areas that we focus on are your mortgages, your retirement accounts, your college funding, of course, taxes, all of your protection, which would be your insurance costs, and other major purchases, credit cards, how you pay for your weddings, how you pay for your cars, things like that. The reality of it is that money is like a game. If you don't know the game, then you might be losing, because you might go in to talk to a financial advisor or a loan officer or whoever it is, and you might not know the actual game or the financial strategies. And because you don't know the game, you could be losing money that you don't even know about. So the reality of it is that a lot of people have holes in their financial bucket that they don't even know about. So when we meet with clients, the first thing that we look at are any inefficiencies that you might have in your finances. We look for holes in your bucket and teach you some financial strategies that could maybe, minimize your taxes or increase your retirement or whatever the case may be. Because if we can plug these holes in your bucket, you don't have to cut into your lifestyle. We can work with the money that you're currently saving. We can work with the money that you're spending on some of these 6 areas to help you to be more efficient in those areas and redirect some of that money and still keep you on track for your retirement goals. What if you could save more money in taxes during retirement than it costs you for college? Things like that. Or just improving your overall retirement income without even taking on any more risk or worrying about getting a better rate of return or saving more money for retirement. It's all about learning the game of money, becoming more efficient in what you're currently doing. So the first thing that we do with our clients is we look at what you're currently doing. We look at where all of your money's at, we look at all of your different accounts, and we look for ways to improve. There's so many different things that we can do to look into the future at future opportunities that are going to be lost, or future taxes that you might not need to be paying in the future, or retirement income that we might be able to improve. And we look at what we call your present position and compare it over time with what your projected income and your projected situation could look like if we made a few changes. Now, Don Blanton, when he created the Circle of Wealth program, he has spent years and years and years of his life, along with other financial advisors, developing these presentations to help families understand financial strategies. Now, what Don does is he works with agents or financial advisors to be able to teach us how to be able to teach you these strategies. So what I have done is I have taken a lot of these strategies and I've created a private membership area as part of our program. In addition to going through all of this one-on-one with our clients, we also have these videos that you can refer back to, and that you can also show to your kids so that they can learn about money. I mean, think about it. How much of us are learning about money in school, or how much of us did learn about money in school? It's because the schools just aren't teaching a lot of this information, and we didn't learn about it from our parents because they didn't learn about it from their parents. So you can not only change generations to come by helping your kids get a good education, but you can also teach them financial strategies that nobody else is teaching them, and that can change their financial future as well.